Hi, hello and welcome back to my channel. So today's doll project was originally supposed to be out for Halloween, but some things got delayed, which also delayed this project. So now it's out for just before Christmas time, which kind of fits since it is Nightmare Before Christmas themed. And I'll be making, of course, the beautiful Sally, which also you can see in my background. And you can see a little vlog where I drew her as well in one of my previous videos, might be the one before this. And I've really wanted to make Sally for quite a while, even before I got into doll making, doll customization, and it's finally time. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy this video, and if you want to see more, I would really appreciate it. And let's get into it.
So we've got one problem. I don't have the footage of the face up. I filmed it, but last night when I started editing the video, I couldn't find it anywhere. Not in my recycle bin, not anywhere in my other albums, files, nothing. So I literally just lost the footage of the entire face up, and I am pissed off. I did have a meltdown about it. I am really mad at myself though. I must have accidentally deleted it. I don't know what happened. And I'm sorry that you won't get the footage of the face up for Sally. I know that's one of the most important parts of doll making, but I do not have it. I'm just gonna show you some small footage that I have of the face up after I was finished with it. But moving on, first, before the face up, I sprayed the face with 2 layers of clear varnish, and then I did the face ups. I first blushed the features, then sketched them, drew/painted and blushed them. Then I prepared the yarn that I was gonna use for the hair, which wasn't 100% polyester yarn. It was 70% polyester plus something else, I don't remember. I tossed away the label, but it wasn't 100% basically. And then I just glued the hair on her once it was ready and straightened. I got a mesh material and glued it onto her with a regular wood glue before sculpting the clay on her. The sculpting of the dress was at first a bit of a pain in the ass. It was a bit harder, but as I added more and more and shaped it more, it became much easier, actually easier later on than I thought it would be. And I got a nice shape from it in the end. Here I'm only sculpting the one sock on her right leg because the other sock will be shorter and folded, so they won't be symmetrical. Sculpting itself took me a few days, I think. Since I work full-time, I worked on it before and after work till it was finished. Also, sculpting that left sock was quite fun. I thought it would be a bit complicated and harder than it was, but I had fun during it, and it ended up really good. After the clay fully dried, I painted it with the white acrylic, let it dry as well, and then did some details like the necklace or choker and the hand straps that I envisioned, and I did those out of paper, which I also painted with the black acrylic. Since last time when I tried it with the bows on my Frankie, it wasn't working out very well and the paper literally looks the same. So I just went fuck it and used that instead. Then I sprayed the body with 2 layers of the clear varnish before I got into the blush ink, and then did the blush ink and then sprayed it again with 2 layers of varnish. And finally, I could get into the painting phase, which I was really excited about. But once I started painting, the colors weren't ending up the way they were supposed to, so I had to put many layers, like 3 layers of each color to make them pop and to make them vibrant. At first I was a bit struggling with them. I couldn't figure out if I should just straight on use a thick layer of the acrylics or water them down. Neither of the methods really worked for me because the thick layer would just create a rough texture, which I did not want, and the watered down layer was better, but I put a bit too much water at first. So the way I worked with it was I watered it down just slightly, just like a drop of water, just so that there wouldn't be any texture in the paint, and I would let them dry for a few minutes. And the second layer the same, and then the third layer would be without any water, just the acrylic paint on top. Around this time when I was painting her socks, I could see how she was slowly turning out, and I loved it. I was in love with every step and with everything that I was doing to make the Sally come to life. And it was a mix of excitement and happiness, and I was just emotional a little bit about it altogether because I wanted some type of figure or doll of Sally for quite a while. So this was a dream come true for me, honestly. Here I was fixing some stuff up and doing some finishing touches on the skin, like the stitches. I did some more blushing, and I must say from the last time I could already see some improvements and some mistakes that I avoided this time but that I made in my last doll project. I mean, this project was just much easier and smoother. Okay, maybe it wasn't easier, but it was smoother and cleaner and more fun overall. I just enjoyed it a lot. I had this idea for the stand since I had trouble finding a wooden box which I originally wanted to use for the stand. So since I couldn't find any suitable box that I needed, I just took empty and obviously clean box of old Greek yogurt, cut it up to the wanted size, and filled it with aluminum foil as well, and then built the clay around it. As I left that stand to dry for about 2 days to fully dry, because first day after it dry I sanded it down and then had to fix some stuff, so I left it to dry for the second day as well and sanded it again. By the way, I just want to say I did sand this in my room and without any mask before I knew better. And if you guys are doing this as well, please don't do that. Please don't sand anything, especially not clay, in your room without any mask, or even spray any varnish or any chemicals in your room without the mask as well. Don't do that. I now bought myself professional respirator mask, and I use that, and I spray anything and send anything outside on the balcony, away from my room, away from the apartment, because those things are toxic and you don't want them in your body. So please just don't do what you just saw me do earlier, because that was before I searched anything and before I knew better. I cut up the shape of the grave and started building up the shape more and sculpting it. Yeah, that's the word, sculpting. And then I also painted the little pot, aka the Deathly Nightshade. For the Deathly Nightshade label, I just used my off-white paper. It's like brown paper. I don't fucking know. And used my normal 0.05 pen marker for it. Why is that dog barking? And I could finally paint the grave and shade it, which was really fun actually, and it was coming along really nicely. And that's it. Here I was preparing some wires and hand twisted them myself because I don't have the wire twister thingy. It hurt a bit, but it didn't matter. And then I started gluing with the hot glue, which I used for the first time ever. And well, you can see the disaster in a second.
Shit, 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 shit. Shit. I'm being too slow. Fuck. How is it already going? Oh my god. Ugh. This is like super speed fast. What the fuck? It's been 5 seconds. Just gotta try again.
And so she did indeed try again, and it went better this time. And I had to rush. I did not realize how fast the hot glue dries. And I also burned myself a tiny bit. Well, I wouldn't really say burn, it was just a bit hot for literally like a second or two, and then it wasn't. Yeah, I'm fine. Everything's good. Here I'm using this little clay water putty thingy majingy. I don't know what Majana called it from Cat Million Studio. That's where I got the idea from, because she gathers the rest of her clay and then puts it in this little one container, mixes it with water, and then she can use it like some sort of a clay glue for the next times that she would need it. And I used that same thing. What was I talking about? And off with her, off to the next step, which is painting of the stand. And I used a lighter gray as the base for it. And then later on I would use the brown pastels to shade it, and then a little bit of black and white. And I used pure black acrylic paint for the bottom of the stand. After I was finished with the stand blushing and finishing touches, I sprayed it again with, I think, 1 layer of varnish. I glued the Deathly Night shade into her hands. I positioned her the way she is supposed to be positioned. Then I glued her onto the stand, and then I just, after that, after the glue dried, used clay to build around more of the rocks or the ground around of underneath her butt cheeks. So she is more stable. Used a bit more glue, then more clay, then more of that clay putty, then more glue again, then more clay on top of that, just layers of it, so just to secure her in her place, also because I'm paranoid. I styled her hair and then sprayed her with the final layer of varnish her plus the stand. Again, using my new respirator mask, and on the balcony, you know, of course with the door shut, because we don't want that shit to get in. What was I saying? Thank you all for watching this far. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I hope that you did, and I would really appreciate it. And let me know what you think in the comments. I am really in love with her. I love how she ended up. I did simplify her a tiny bit from the original design that I did of her, but overall I didn't really change much. I am so glad and happy that I finally have a Sally of my own that I made as well. Okay, see you in the next spooky project. Bye.